Hey there everyone, welcome back to Fusion Week. I am the Multiverse Maker, and this is my channel. Normally I do some comics and stuff like that, but I've been working on my illustration skills a little bit more, and I thought it would be fun to do some fusions. And these fusions will be chosen by the luck of the dice. And that has yielded some interesting results. So, further ado, let's get on to the fusions. Oh, one more thing. If you're interested in some of the other ones I've done 2 other videos before this. Go ahead and check them out on my channel, multiversemaker/comics.com. Not .com, it's a YouTube. This channel. Okay. Right, onto the video. First one was Hulk and Batman. Now this one, I kind of had one direction that I could go into, mainly because the alternative was to basically, at least in my head, draw some figure that looks like Hulk, but with a torn up Batman costume hanging on him. So I decided to go the route of, before he's transforming and everything, and Batman trying to resist it. And in this world, Batman got injected with a sort of a version of the Titan serum that is what's buffing up Bane. But this version was supercharged with gamma rays, essentially altering its chemical nature to where the angrier the consumer gets, the stronger they get. Now, it didn't show any signs of effects on Bruce originally, but something happened later on, say like Robin getting hurt or the Joker getting under Batman's skin. The serum then begins to activate, and Bruce, Batman, would begin to change and become larger and angrier. But due to his nature, he's also trying to control it. So he's sort of right now in this image a in-between state of him transforming, but him controlling it. So this one was honestly the only direction that I could think of to go in. Yes, I possibly could have gone into another direction, but I think this honestly looks really cool. Yes, it's not a full body, but it's honestly still a badass one. I mean, I like how I got the transition on the hands with like the green skin and everything. And I don't draw over exaggerated muscles a lot of times, or at least ones that seem to be unrealistic to the character's like body shape, unless it's purposely done that way. Like if they're juicing up or something like that. But this honestly looks really good, and I think it translates really well. Could I've made him a little bit more buffed up in the chest? Because I think that would also be a point of change as well. Maybe. But as far as like details go on the chest torso area, it was honestly really cool. And it honestly looks really cool and really good. I think it's the best one I've done so far. Oh, fun fact. Well, not fun fact, but funny fact. Both these characters, their beginning names are Bruce. Bruce Wayne, Bruce Banner. I just sort of realized that, and I find that kind of funny. Okay, but yeah, that's this fusion. Um, have a take at the final look, and then on. This next one is a fusion of, in my opinion, very polar opposites. It's Moon Knight fused with Superman. Now, with this one, it's very much, if I choose one to be like the main, or go in completely different route and just go with a thematic approach. So instead of, like, say, choosing Superman and then giving him Moon Knight's powers, or choosing Moon Knight and giving him Superman powers, I decided to go ahead and just sort of make a character I feel like could be like a standalone one that would have both aspects of Moon Knight and Superman, and have a thematic like name based off of those two. Which this character, which I really like the look of, I am dubbing the Eclipse Warrior. Now, if you're wondering why Eclipse, this is what I feel would make sense. Moon Knight. It's in his name. His theme is the moon and everything. Moon god of Egypt, all that stuff. But where does the sun come from? From Clark, Superman. For those of you who do not know, Superman, if he wasn't in our solar system, he wouldn't have any super strength or anything. He would just be like a normal human. But due to our yellow sun of our planet, of our system, it's actually supercharging Superman to the point that he's a god. So I figured, why not combine those two? And quite recently, not that long ago, a solar eclipse happened. So I figured kind of go with a Eclipse Warrior sort of thing. Now, the suit itself, I wanted to blend aspects of both Superman and Moon Knight. So I just have the primary colors being white and blue. Yes, I could have added red in there, but I did not want this guy to be a caped Captain America. So I went with a blue center on the, not blue, a white, like, pec and ab area on the chest with white leg area, and I went with a blue arms and like combat boots and knee pads sort of thing on his legs. I went with, hiding the whole thing of like how Moon Knight in some of his designs have a thing covering the nose and mouth area that he has. Yes, I know a lot of times it's just a full-on cover mask, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to still show like human aspect of him, and not fully critiquing DC Comics on this, but the people of DC Comics are 100 in the comic world, not the writers. I 150% respect those writers, but the people inside the comic book world of like Metropolis or wherever district that Superman protects and everything, or at least close friends of Clark Kent, I don't understand how glasses are the thing that is protecting his identity. Like, I'm pretty sure if I wore glasses, my close family, my friends would see that, oh, that's you. I didn't recognize you. Those glasses aren't fooling anyone. Like, I get it, it's supposed to be a whole thing of like, oh, I can't see a nice, nerdy, glasses wearing guy be a confident, godlike dude in a cape and wears red underwear on the outside of his super suit. But still, I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it, but my brain is like, wow, a lot of people are idiots in this world, aren't they? But anyway, back to the suit design. I decided to keep the cape because they both wear capes. Well, one's a cloak, but you get the idea. Arms, I had it be the blue on the on Superman's suit, and I also kept that I don't know what you would call that shape that the S is in on Superman's suit, but I added that in there. Instead of having the S, I tried doing like a crescent moon like on top of a sun. And I think it looks pretty good. Could I No. Honestly no. I couldn't think of another one because that was the only image that came to mind. I had it to where the whites of his eyes become a darker color and his bright blue eyes showed more, and it just made sense to me. I made it to where his hair went from like that black color, like Superman, but from forward to back it fades into white. It fades from white to black on his hair, which I think gives him a unique look. And background, I just decided to go ahead, add some images of the sun and the moon. I found a blue image of the moon. I was actually very happy about that. Of the of, of those two celestial bodies, and just add them to the background and put some stars and stuff. I honestly think it looks really good and it fits. And I don't know, for the sake of thematic and like he's gaining power from both sides, I decided to go ahead and give him like weird red and blue energy around him. And it honestly looks really good. I'm honestly really surprised with how this turned out. And I must say, if I wanted to pull like any of these characters that I've done these last 3 weeks of fusions into say like a standalone story for my own purposes, this character would honestly fall into that category because this is just awesome. Oh, little side note on this. You might see a thing in the time lapse of me drawing this. It would be like just some big letters and stuff. Ignore that. I don't know what happened. I don't know why that was there. I just realized it like towards the end of it. You probably can see me like moving it if you could see it, depending on how quick this is. But yeah, just ignore that and yeah, here's the final look. Okay, this last one is an anime fusion. So this one is a fusion of Eraserhead and Overlord. from Overlord, the anime. Specifically, the main character, Ainz Ul Gon. For those of you who do not know that anime, Overlord is it's an isekai, which an isekai is a story where the main character gets transported to another world. Most times it's a fantasy world where there are the hero or the hero, the villain. It depends on how the story is told. But in this case, it's more of a, without ruining too much, the main character gets transported into the game, into a video game, and then into another world, and then he becomes the Overlord. But that's the only expose of that anime I'm giving. I would say watch it. I know Netflix has all the seasons, which I've been meaning to watch that. But anyway, Eraserhead is the other fusion. He's from the anime My Hero Academia, which, to explain My Hero Academia, basically think, this is probably a very poor description of it, but it's the only thing that can make sense. Think Japan's version of the Young Justice TV show, where it's the younger heroes learning to be heroes and then sooner or later take over for the older generation. But in this case, it's an actual school and not the superheroes attempting to train 12 to 17-year-olds to be crime fighters. So this one was a little bit intriguing because it could have either fallen into giving Eraserhead, which Eraserhead's powers, he can nullify anyone else's powers, like completely stop them all together. It was either going to be Eraserhead, the human, with magic powers, like mage powers and stuff like that, or do Ainz Ul Gon from Overlord, who is a skeleton creature in that anime, powers of like Eraserhead, and give him Eraserhead's powers. I decided to go with the skeleton path because not that long ago I was working on an illustration where the main character was a mummified character, which that still has flesh on it. So I wanted to try doing a full-on skeleton head and integrate like magic stuff, but have the idea of like Eraserhead's powers in him, because Eraserhead, his powers are purely based on sight. So he can never blink, basically, so his eyes are always open. And whenever he uses his powers, they turn red. So that kind of lent more into the easier sense of a skeleton, because a skeleton doesn't have eyelids. They don't blink. Unless the show calls for it, then yeah, they blink. But in this case, there's no blinking, so that would fit more for a skeleton theme. So I drew these rune things that would go into his eye sockets, eye holes. I forget what the actual term is. And I gave him like more of a mage vibe than the hero vibe, because I don't know, I just like that mage look. And the skull head, I really had fun drawing it. Yes, if anyone looks up like the image of Ainz Ul Gon from Overlord, You could say, oh, but that head doesn't look anything like Ainz. Yes, I know, but I look at it this way. If this is a true fusion, then maybe this would be more of a similar head shape to a Razorhead, just more over exaggerated because it's in the fantasy world of magic and not superhero teenagers and adults. So that's kind of the path I went with this, but instead of doing a full body, I did a headshot, a portrait image, but I kind of in my head wanted it to look like a trading card or like a character card in the sense of this is your introduction, read the back of the card, and then one side has the introduction and the other has the like the image of the character, and or you know those games where it just shows like a portrait shot and one of those like card things for the characters. That's what I wanted to do with this look, which it honestly turned out really good. Um, and I gave him just like a cloth thing because, like, my attempt at a resemblance to Eraserhead, because Eraserhead's powers are just that he nullifies powers by essentially activating his ability and just looking at like a like wide group of people, kind of like a pseudo Sharingan sort of thing, I guess. Um, but he also has this scarf thing that's like a tool that he uses that he can use to either swing from like poles and stuff to binding and entrapping enemies. So the scarf thing on this one, that's kind of my attempt of like bringing Eraserhead more into this instead of just powers wise merged with the fantasy world of magic. But honestly, out of all the ones that I've done, and in this week on its own, I don't know. Moon Warrior, the Superman and Moon Knight, and this one particular are in the running for being my absolute favorites. This be my absolute favorites, but I have not decided yet. I'm still figuring that part out. But anyway, on to the final look. Thank you guys for watching and listening to me yabble and explain these characters. I hope you all enjoyed it, and yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video and watching me draw. Again, I am sorry about that, the one thing where it's like weird a word or something on my screen or on the recording. OBS had an update just before this, so maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And also, if you guys have any more interest in another video like this, I have two other ones where I did some interesting fusions. First one had a Moon Knight and Raven fusion that turned out really well. The others had another Raven fusion, but that one was with Beast, a Nightcrawler, and Muscular fusion, which for those of you who know Muscular, you know what this character looks like, and for those of you who don't, Google anime My Hero Academia, My Hero Academia Muscular, and also Google Marvel Comics Nightcrawler, just so you see these two characters and find out the trouble I had with these two concepts because they are completely different. But yeah, overall, I had a good time with with these last couple weeks, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed everything, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. And hopefully sometime next month I will have a comic out on this channel. It has been a while since I've done one, and I really do want to put another one out. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I keep forgetting to do that. Like, subscribe, do all the fun algorithm stuff for me, and say if you're not at the current moment interested in watching but still want to support. I have a couple playlists of some of my stuff on my channel of themed worlds, so if you wanted to, go ahead, click one of those, and I don't know, click loop on the playlist. So just help me out and have it muted and playing in the background or something. Or just, if you're going to walk away for a little bit and not sure when you'll be back, have it play on loop while you're out or something. Either one will work. It will help out majorly. YouTube algorithm is kicking my butt right now. But again, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.